To find a location on a globe, it is necessary to find out how far to go around the world and then how far to go up or down. Lines of longitude measure distances around the world and start at 0 degrees in Greenwich, London. Every place on Earth is measured in terms of its angle east or west of this line, which is called the prime meridian. Lines of latitude measure distances north or south and start at 0 degrees at the equator. The equator is an imaginary line that divides the Earth into a northern hemisphere and a southern hemisphere. This information relates to questions 45 to 48. 45. Which one of the following statements is true? A. Imaginary lines of latitude join the South Pole and the North Pole. Lines of latitude measure distances north or south and start at 0 degrees at the equator. So lines of latitude are in this direction around the globe. Lines of longitude work in this direction. So an imaginary line of longitude would join the South Pole and the North Pole, but not of latitude, and that means A is not true. Statement B says, imaginary lines of longitude join the South Pole and the North Pole. As we've just established, this is true. Lines of longitude work in this direction, so B is true. C says the equator never meets the prime meridian. But as you can see, this is the prime meridian, and here is the equator, and here is the point where they meet, so C is not true. D says the equator meets the South and North Pole. The South Pole is here, the North Pole is here, the equator is here. They will never meet, and therefore D is incorrect. E says all lines of latitude are the same length. This is not true either. The equator is the longest line of latitude around the widest part of the globe, but this would also be a line of latitude, which would be shorter. This would be a further line of latitude, shorter still, and so on. The lines of latitude get shorter the further north or south we travel. That means that E is not true, and B was the only true statement amongst the selection.